which is using indiscriminate violence against its own people. They had fled a country where children are being tortured, women raped, and innocent civilians killed. They had lost their friends and families. They had lost their homes, but they had not lost hope for a better future. One of the people I met near the border was Medya, the 25-year-old mother of a 5-year-old girl. 8 months earlier, she had fled the city of Homs. Now, she travels back and forth between Homs and the refugee camp in Turkey, at great personal danger. She risks her life to report to the world on the situation in Syria, and her reports are broadcast on major international networks. Medya told me about the terrible events she had witnessed. I was touched by her sorrow and impressed by her determination. Her strong desire for freedom is something we can all relate to. Those who have struggled for freedom do not give up easily. But it is also clear that these refugees need the support of the international community at large. They need food, shelter, and security. And ultimately, they need an effective United Nations and a strong international legal order. Mr. President, promoting the international legal order is enshrined in the Constitution of the Kingdom of the Netherlands. It is a mission we share with many in this Assembly. Together with 49 other countries, we are helping to establish legal order and security, for instance, in Afghanistan. And I want to pay tribute to the Dutch and all those other men and women, soldiers and civilians, currently serving there. The Hague, City of Peace and Justice, is known for its contribution to the international legal order. It is home to the International Court of Justice, to the Permanent Court of Arbitration, both based at the Peace Palace. Next year, we will proudly celebrate its centenary. Former Secretary General Boutros Boutros-Ghali recognized the Netherlands' role in the international legal order by naming The Hague the legal capital of the world. We need international law to protect people, societies, and nations. Or, as former Secretary General Kofi Annan recently wrote, the UN Charter was issued in the name of we the people, not we the governments. So we do need a stronger international legal order. First, to preserve peace and security. Second, to protect freedom. Third, to promote prosperity. And that is a task we face. A strong international legal order helps to preserve peace and security. To achieve this goal, we need more unity. I regret the persistent disagreement in the Security Council. It has prevented the United Nations from taking decisive action on Syria. The world is in desperate need of a strong, united and determined Security Council. Mr. President, mediation, arbitration and judicial settlement are indispensable for the peaceful settlement of conflicts. We should cherish and develop these tools, as Deputy Secretary General Jan Eliasson has said so rightly. Better implementation of existing treaties on non-proliferation, arms control and disarmament is of paramount importance. An effective international legal order means that countries are bound to their promises. Iran must completely fulfill its IAEA obligations and abide by the Security Council resolutions, and the burden of proof is on Iran. As I said to my Iranian colleague, Minister Salehi, earlier this week, you are the one to convince the world of the peaceful character of your nuclear program, not us. The international agendas on nuclear, chemical and conventional weapons must lead to concrete results and new treaties. The UN and the Conference on Disarmament in Geneva need to do better. The Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons in The Hague this year celebrates its 15th anniversary. It should stand ready to assist in addressing the chemical weapons problem in Syria. The Netherlands will host the next Nuclear Security Summit in 2014 as part of our efforts to enhance security and fight nuclear terrorism. Negotiations on a robust and effective arms trade treaty should recommence as soon as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, a stronger legal order also promotes freedom. It promotes human rights, reinforces the responsibility to protect, and helps prevent atrocities. Greater freedom means equal rights for men and women alike. Women make up 50% of humanity. We need the full 100% of humanity, and it is in every country's own interest to make sure that women are actively involved in society, economy, and politics. They must be part of the power structures as leaders of the world. Human rights cannot be imposed from the outside, but governments carry the responsibility for observing their international human rights obligations and commitments. So there is a need to communicate constantly about these obligations and commitments. The role of the Human Rights Council in promoting freedom is crucial. We need to improve the way it functions. Countries that aspire to join the Human Rights Council should be genuinely committed to respecting the human rights. I am proud to reiterate our genuine commitment and to announce the Dutch candidature for the Human Rights Council from 2015 till 2017. People should be free to live their lives in peace and security. Every state, therefore, has an obligation to prevent aggression, genocide, crimes against humanity, and war crimes. Prevention is the key. But if countries cannot or will not act, the international community has a responsibility to protect. Mr. President, a strong international and domestic legal order promotes prosperity and, let me say that emphatically, economic growth. Trade, investment, innovation, and economic development all benefit from a stable, predictable, and rule-based business climate. The economy cannot thrive in societies where human rights are violated, where corruption is rampant, and where government revenues are being wasted. This is one of the lessons of the Arab awakening, and sustainable prosperity and sustainable economic growth depend on a strong, legitimate and reliable legal order. For that matter, free trade agreements and a well-functioning World Trade Organization are crucial for stimulating growth. According to the World Bank, a new global trade deal would help global welfare increase tremendously. A good way to promote foreign direct investment is by enhancing arbitration and conflict resolution mechanisms, and the Permanent Court of Arbitration in The Hague has an increasingly important role to play.